So, full disclosure, the intro for this video is going to be a bit longer than my normal intros, which are already pretty long, so if you don't care about any of my yapping, I'll go ahead and leave a timestamp for you and you can skip over there. Hello, I'm Miss DS Woman, and in this video I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite video game characters in history that I don't see a lot of people talking about or appreciating. But before I do that, I want to give a massive thank you to you all for helping me reach 20 subscribers. I know that it's not a lot in the grand scheme of YouTube, but I had a goal to hit 20 subscribers before the end of the year, and the fact that I am currently like 21 subscribers, I am at this point, and I hope I still am, because if not, it'll be really embarrassing to look back at. But the fact that I'm already at that point is really uplifting, and it does mean a lot, so I want to thank you for that. Now that I've talked about that, I will be talking about characters that I like that I don't see a lot of people showing love to. And of course, as I do in all of my opinion-based videos, I have to give my disclaimers. The first one is that the title of this video is an obvious exaggeration. I know that there are people in the world who love the characters that I am about to talk about today. So if you see your fave on here and you're like, oh, well, I like this character, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you're not existing or you're not showing love to the characters in the way that you should. I'm just saying, based on my life experience, I haven't really seen a lot of people show love to these characters. And always, the second one, as always, is I am not saying that I have the right opinions on these characters or that you have to agree with my opinions on these characters. With that being said, that's enough yapping out of me because I have nothing else to say, and let's go ahead and get into the character list. So, the very first character that is on this list is Marine the Raccoon from Sonic the Hedgehog. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll pretty much know that I am on the Marine the Raccoon Defense Squad. I am the first and probably only member in the Marine Defense Squad. And the reason why I really love Marine the Raccoon is, first of all, because I do have a bias. I mean, Sonic Rush Adventure was my first ever Sonic game, and it pretty much led my spiral into being a Sonic stan as a kid. So I'm always gonna have love for that game. But also, I do understand people when they say that she was annoying in the game, because, I mean, she was annoying in the game. I'm not gonna deny that. Like, she was an obstacle for Sonic and Tails and Blaze as they were trying to get stuff done. Like, it always felt like she was in the way. However, I do think that there's kind of a stigma that Marine was useless. I don't know why I'm using these like dramatic words like stigma, but there was this assumption that Marine was useless, right? And I don't think that's the case. I talked about this in, I think, my Sonic controversy meme, so I'm gonna link that. But you all have to remember, in Sonic Rush Adventure, right? Marine was the one who lended Sonic and Tails her ship so they could go around to the other islands and eventually receive the Chaos and the Soul Emeralds and the Jewel Scepter. Marine was also the one who introduced Sonic, Tails, and Blaze to a lot of people on Windmill Island, and a lot of those people were able to help them in their journey and in their quest. That, and also, you know, the epic moment at the final boss fight that I talked about in my Sonic controversy meme video. So, I really have a lot of love for Marine because I genuinely do feel like if you look at Sonic Rush Adventure from a more, I don't want to say adult perspective, from like just looking at it, looking at the story outwardly and inwardly, I do feel like Marine like learned that she had to grow and change and develop and become more level-headed if she ever wanted to actually be sailing the seas and if she ever wanted to be using her powers for good. And I really appreciate that from her. I do think it is sad that we didn't really see her at all in future games or anything like that, because I personally would have loved to see more of her. I would have loved to see her grow and develop. Because I know, say what you want about the Sonic characters, but you have to admit that they're all really unique and interesting, and I would have loved to see how unique Marine could get. But that's pretty much all I have to say about her, so I'll move on to the next people. Alright, the second people that I have on my list are Jet, Wave, and Storm, the Babylon Rogues. So that's the reason why I've been saying people this entire time, is because they're like multiple people, more like multiple birds, but you get the point. The reason why I like the Babylon Rogues, because I know that a lot of people do not like them, and Jet in particular. Like, I know a lot of people do not like Jet the Hawk. The reason why I like them, honestly, it might seem like a really petty and dumb reason, but it's a big part of it is their design. Like, I just think they look so cool. I love their shoes, I love their clothes, I love their gloves. I think it's so unique and cool, and I think it's very stylish for them and what they are, which, like, board racers, forgive me, I haven't seen Sonic Riders. I haven't seen or heard about Sonic Riders in a long time, so I don't remember the plot entirely, but like the racers, you know, they work on their boards and they also hunt treasure on the side from what I remember. And I really love their style. I know that might seem like a petty thing, but I just love it. And also, I know a lot of people do not like Jet the Hawk for his voice acting. And to be honest, I don't really hate it. Like, I don't hate Jet's voice. I don't. Hello, this is me editing this video, and I went and watched the cutscenes for the original Sonic Riders game. And after hearing Jet's voice there, yikes, I can definitely see where more people are coming from with his voice, so I want to emphasize that. Back to the video.
That's quite funny, actually. I never imagined that we Babylonians could be descendants of real genies.
It may seem really grating to some people, and I know that it's changed in certain games, but to me, I just never hated it. And for Jet, I can understand how people do think that he is annoying, but I have to respect him wanting to beat Sonic due to his own ability and not due to him cheating, because if I remember, I don't remember which Sonic Riders game it was, but I do remember like that Wave was tampering with Sonic's board at one point, and Jet didn't approve that, and I feel like that was a really interesting twist to see, because obviously the Babylon Rogues were eventually introduced as not good guys. Like, they were opposing Sonic and his friends, obviously. So I just think that's a really interesting dynamic, with like Wave being the one who's more into doing whatever it takes to win, but Jet actually refusing that and wanting to beat him due to his own skill. And I also think that Storm just doesn't get enough love. Like, I know he's like a big goofy guy, but I just really like him. I really like their contrasting personalities, and I really love their style. I know that may be an unpopular opinion, but it is what it is. But that's all of the Sonic people that I can remember right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about all the other characters and different franchises that I like. So the third character that I have on this list is Haru Okumura from Persona 5. Now, I know that Haru isn't really a hated character, but if we're being honest, she's not really the fan favorite either. I don't really see a lot of Haru fan accounts. There are definitely some that exist, but not really on the same scheme as, let's say, Makoto or Akechi or so on and so forth. And the reason why I love Haru, and again, this is going to be a petty reason, it's because I relate to her the most, to be honest. The reason why I love the Phantom Thieves so much in general is because they really do feel like genuine friends, in my opinion. Like, whether you're playing Persona 5 The Royal or Persona 5 Strikers, like, you feel like you've grown and developed with the Phantom Thieves who have surrounded you. Like, they have all, like, had their struggles, and, you know, I keep saying this like I'm a part of the Phantom Thieves, but let's just say, like, you know, we are playing as a protagonist, so we have seen these people, we have gotten to know them, and we have just become great friends and also workers with them, and we've managed to make the team work. And I do feel like everyone can have somebody in the Phantom Thieves who they relate to. And I relate to Haru the most because she's been through a lot of things, a lot of traumatic things in her life, but she still wants to remain kind and remain hopeful and remain positive and just help people however she can. You know, obviously she's not just gonna let people walk all over her, but she still puts kindness and morality at the top of her priorities, and I really appreciate that because I'm not going to sit here and say that I've had a hard life, but I have also, you know, been through difficulties like every other human has, and I really value, like, morality and just being kind and being nice to people, so I really relate to Haru and respect her for that. And also, in Persona 5 Strikers, I feel like she finally gets the attention that she deserves as far as grieving her father's passing and as far as her childhood. So I really love her, and that is why I respect her a lot. Okay, so this next character, I have been trying to figure out how to correctly pronounce his name. I looked up several videos on how to pronounce his name, and I just couldn't find a clear consensus, so if I am saying it wrong, please forgive me. But the next character that I have on this list is Ludwig von Koopa. Ludwig has literally always been my favorite Koopa, and I know this is going to look like I'm hopping on the Ludwig bandwagon, because there has been a rise of people, you know, showing their love for Ludwig, but he really didn't get a lot of attention before that. You know, everybody was focused on Wendy, Bowser Jr., even though I love both of them. But Ludwig he was just always my favorite. Like, I loved how he used magic in all the boss battles involving him. And when you, like, read about him on the wiki, it turns out that he has kind of like a twisted personality. And I don't know, it might just be a weird thing about me, but I do like seeing characters with, like, twisted personalities. So that's why Ludwig von Koopa is my favorite Koopa, and I will stand by that for the time being. Also, fun fact that I learned while recording the footage for this video, in his earlier designs, Ludwig actually had white hair. So that's very interesting, and it's giving me mad scientist vibes. I just wanted to put that in there. With that being said, that is a list of some video game characters that I love that I don't really see a lot of love for, and I implore you all to comment if you want with characters that you love that you don't really see get a lot of attention or shine. Or maybe if there are characters who you think are overrated and get too much shine, you know, just go ahead and just have your own little discussion if you want in the comments. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.